All right, so today we're going to be doing a deep dive into Rosé's debut solo album.
Ooh, exciting.
We have this really cool YouTube video from ID
Okay.
where basically her friends and collaborators asked her questions about it and kind of the lead up to it.
I love that.
Yeah, so we get to hear about like her
Yeah.
process and her inspirations and kind of like...
Like a little sneak peek behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
So it's very cool.
Wow.
So one of the first things that they touch on is how nervous Rosé was
Oh, yeah.
before the album dropped.
Thanks, Heads.
And she was saying that like she got this really nice text from a friend
Oh.
and it like meant a lot to her, you know?
Yeah, I think that's so relatable.
Yeah.
You know, even for someone
Yeah.
at her level of success to still feel those nerves,
Totally.
you know, before putting yourself out there.
Yeah. I would think that she would like be past that
Right.
by now, but you know,
You'd think.
it's good to see that she's still
Yeah.
human.
Totally. It's endearing.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we're going to see a lot in this
Yeah.
video is that she's just like
Yeah.
a normal person putting out music.
Yeah, and I think that will translate to the music, too.
Ooh, absolutely.
Like, will we hear, like, those anxieties?
Right.
Or maybe, like, a sense of freedom now?
exactly.
That she's branching out on her own.
Yeah, like what kind of emotions is she bringing to this album?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so tell me more about the music.
So, when asked about her favorite lyric
Okay.
from the album, Rosé kind of was like,
Oh,
I don't really know.
hard to choose.
If I have a favorite lyric,
Yeah.
it's so hard to choose.
Uh,
Just one, you know?
there's so much heart in it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but she did share this line
Okay.
that she thought was fun.
Okay.
It was, I can forgive you for a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
for not giving me back my Tiffany rings,
Ooh.
but I'll never forgive you for one thing, my dear. You
Hmm.
wasted my prettiest years.
Ooh. Now, see, that's interesting because that's fun.
But also kind of heartbreaking at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like maybe love and loss
Yeah.
are going to be themes on this album.
Yeah, it's definitely like a little teaser
All right.
of what's to come.
It makes me want to hear the whole song.
Exactly.
And, like, what's the story behind that line?
Totally. Okay, so
Hi.
this next one I love.
Okay.
Benny Blanco asked her what her last meal would be if she knew she was going to die tomorrow.
Ooh.
I love that question.
She said,
What'd she say?
my mom's tuna kimchi stew. And just anything my mom would make.
That's so sweet.
Yeah, it was just so heartwarming.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, food is so tied to like
Yeah.
our memories and like,
Yeah.
you know, it just makes you think about like what are those
Yeah.
meals that make you feel
Yeah.
safe and like loved.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I was thinking about my grandma's chicken noodle soup.
Ah.
Like every time I was sick,
Oh,
I would
wow.
have that.
That's such a good one.
I love that.
Okay.
Great. What else?
So this one I thought was really interesting.
Okay.
Petra Collins asked her to choose
Mm-hmm.
3 films that represent the album.
Ooh, okay.
So her choices were How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days,
Okay.
Sex and the City, and Inside Out.
Wow, that's a range.
Yeah. So first of all, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
I mean, it's a classic.
I know she even said that.
Yeah.
Like the couple is like toxic but hot.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
That's like every rom-com.
yeah,
No,
that's
th-
so true. Like
Right,
every
totally.
rom-com ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe the album will explore those like
Right.
kind of complex relationships.
Yeah, it goes push and pull dynamics.
Yeah. I like that.
And then Sex and the City,
Okay.
you know, brings in like this strong
Yeah.
female perspective.
Strong female leads.
Yeah, and she said that she identifies with Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe that means
We'll get to see some of her journey of self-discovery.
like her coming into her own
Yes, exactly.
as a solo artist and as a woman.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
And then Inside Out.
Okay, so that's a very different.
Yeah,
Different thing.
completely different vibe.
Mhm.
So I feel like that one is like,
What do you think that means?
I think that means we're going to get like a range of emotions
Oh,
from
that's
like
all.
happy to like sad
Yeah.
to like angry, like
Uh-huh.
maybe the whole spectrum.
I love it. I
Yeah.
think that's awesome.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, keep going.
So Brie Larson asked her
Yeah.
how she feels after performing,
Mhm.
and she said that
This is another good one.
she feels like energized.
Really?
Like she wants to go celebrate with her friends and family.
I would think
hell.
to be exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, I was expecting her to say that.
Right.
She just like crashes after a show.
Passes out.
Yeah.
But to feel energized, that's cool.
I know. I think it's really cool. I think it shows that she like
maybe it's cathartic for her to perform.
like she gets to let it all out.
Yeah, exactly.
And then she feels great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else?
This is another one that I really liked.
Okay.
Pablo Vittar asked her what she listens to when she's not working.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And she's been listening to her album because once it comes out, it kind of becomes the world's.
Oh, that's such a good point.
And I was like, that is so true.
It's like you're letting go of your baby into the world.
Yeah.
And so I bet she's just trying to like hold on to it as long as she can.
And really savor it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Okay.
Hannah Diamond asked her about her dream creative team. Okay. And she said that she thinks Bruno Mars is like the perfect person. And they actually worked on a song together. Wow. Called On the Ground.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And she said it was perfect.
Love that.
Which means I have to hear it now.
Me too.
I'm very excited.
Now I'm extra curious about that song.
Yes, exactly.
It's like when you learn that your two favorite artists have collaborated.
Yeah.
You're like, I need to hear this immediately.
Exactly.
Okay. So what else is going on with this album?
Okay, so Bella Poarch asked her about the process of developing the album's sound.
Ooh, okay.
And Rosé said that it was pretty organic.
Interesting.
Like there were days that were set aside to just experiment. Oh. And she was like, but then those days became like some of the main parts of the album.
Right, because sometimes the best stuff comes out of those like unplanned moments.
Yeah.
When you're just like messing around in the studio.
Yeah, like just playing around.
And then it's like, oh, this is gold.
Yes, exactly. And she also said that she went into the songwriting process.
Okay.
Like with a beginner's mindset.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Like as a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Especially at her level.
I know.
To be so open to like learning and, you know, not being afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah, and being vulnerable in that way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and speaking of vulnerability, she described the studio as like a safe space and kind of like a therapy session.
Yeah, like you can just let it all out.
Yeah.
In the studio.
Oh, cool.
What else?
This is the fun one.
Okay.
So Bella Poarch also asked her if she had any fun stories. From the studio.
All right.
And so she said that at midnight, one night, she was teaching her collaborators a Korean drinking game.
What
called APT?
Okay, first of all, I need to know this game.
I know, right?
Second of all, this is amazing.
And then they loved it so much that they wrote a song about it.
Way.
So there's a song
inspired by this
drinking, a Korean drinking game.
Yes.
That is incredible.
Which I love.
That's so fun. I love that.
I know.
That's so cool.
It's such a cool story.
It really is.
Okay, anything else?
Okay, so Devon Lee Carlson asked her if she could write any pop song in history, what it would be.
Oh, that's a good one.
And she chose
What is it?
We Found Love by Rihanna.
Oh, that's a good one.
I know.
Classic.
Yeah, and she said that she loves it because it makes you feel like young and excited for love.
Like you want to go out and dance and have fun.
And you just like let loose.
It's a good one.
But also she recognized that it has this like bittersweet kind of undertone to it.
Like maybe a little bit of heartbreak. Sprinkle in
like wanting to be in love.
Right.
Even when, you know, it's not the best idea.
Ooh, maybe we're going to see some of that.
Yeah.
On Rosé's album.
Okay.
Okay, last question.
Okay, hit me.
Amy Allen.
Yeah.
Who co-wrote a lot of the songs.
Okay.
Asked her about the ideal setting.
Ooh.
To listen to the album.
Okay, I'm ready.
And she said,
I'm ready to be transported.
In bed.
Okay.
At 3 a.m. or midnight.
Oh, I like that.
With Haribo sour gummy bears.
Yes.
And a cold beer.
Yes. Okay, she knows what's up.
So specific.
That is the vibe.
I know.
Like, that's a whole mood.
I know. And I love that she thought about that.
I know. That's so cool.
Like, she's really trying to create, like, a whole experience.
The whole world.
Yes.
For you to step into.
Yeah.
I love that.
So, yeah, I'm excited to do that.
Me too.
So I feel like we've learned a lot.
Oh, yeah.
About Rosé and this album so far.
Yeah, I think what really stands out to me is just how personal this whole project is for her.
Yeah. I agree. Like she's really putting her heart and soul into it.
Yeah. And you can tell that she's like really thought about
Yeah.
every aspect of it.
From the music itself to like the way she talks about it.
Yeah.
Even that ideal listening setting.
Yes.
It's all very intentional.
Yeah. And I think the fact that she's like so open about her feelings and stuff really makes her
relatable.
Yes.
You know, like she's not afraid to show that she's human.
Yeah, she was like nervous.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she finds comfort in her mom's cooking.
Yeah, everyone does.
I know, it's just so
it's very endearing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and I think it'll make the music even better.
I think so too.
You know,
because you can tell that it's coming from a real place.
Yeah, a genuine place.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Okay.
So for people who are listening, who are excited to hear this album, what are some things that you think they should be listening for?
I think definitely keep an ear out for those themes of love and loss and resilience like we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Like really pay attention to the lyrics, how her voice conveys emotion.
Yeah.
And like the overall vibe of the music. Like what kind of atmosphere does she create?
Yeah, and think about those 3 films.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
What were they again?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay, yeah.
Sex and the City. And Inside Out.
Yes.
Like what aspects?
Like how do those connect to the music?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, that's a good starting point.
Yeah, and don't forget to like set the mood, you know?
3 a.m.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
Haribo gummy bears.
Sour gummy bears.
Cold beer.
Cold beer in bed.
Yes, the full experience. The full rosé experience.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, so what do you think? How do you think this journey as a solo artist?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see how this album kind of like shapes her career.
Right, like where does she go from here?
Yeah.
You know, is this like a new chapter for her?
Yeah.
Or is it like a continuation of what she's been doing?
Exactly.
Well, I'm curious to see what happens next.
Yeah, me too.
You know?
But either way, I think it's going to be amazing.
I have a feeling it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I have a good feeling about this.
Me too. You know, it's amazing to me how much we can glean from just a few of Rosé's answers.
Right? Like she's giving us these little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
And we're putting together this whole picture of what the album might be.
Yeah, exactly. And like with those 3 films, it's so interesting how they each represent like a different aspect of like love and relationship.
Totally. Like you've got How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is like that fun rom-com energy, you know? And then there's Sex and the City, which brings in that like strong female perspective.
Yeah, like navigating life and love.
Exactly.
On your own terms. And then Inside Out.
Which is like a whole emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. And I think that's what's going to be really cool about this album is like, we're going to get to see that.
Yes. All of those emotions.
Yeah, all those different emotions.
Like all the feel.
Yeah, and like maybe even the ones that aren't so like happy and fun.
Messy ones.
Yes, exactly.
The real stuff.
Yeah, so it's like she's inviting us to come along on this emotional journey with her.
Totally. I love that.
And it makes me think about that lyric.
Yeah.
That she shared.
Which one?
About the prettiest years.
Oh, yeah.
Like maybe this album is about, you know, moving on from heartbreak. And finding the strength.
Like reclaiming those years.
Yes.
That were wasted.
Exactly.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah, and like maybe even like reclaiming her time.
Okay, yeah.
From Blackpink.
Ooh. That's an interesting thought.
You know, like maybe that's part of what she meant when she said that the album becomes the world's...
Yeah, like she's letting go of that chapter.
Yeah, and starting a new one.
That's a cool way to look at it.
And like it takes a lot of courage
to
do that, you know?
To step out on your own.
Yeah.
And kind of like forge your own path.
Especially when you've already achieved so much success.
Right, like she could have easily just stayed with Blackpink. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But she's choosing to do something new.
Yeah, and I think that's really inspiring.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's inspiring to see someone take that leap.
So fun.
This was so much fun.
I love deep diving into stuff like this.
Always learn something new.
Me too.
It's awesome.
Okay, well, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.